I did this live thing, the quality is not great. So I'm just going to chance it again this evening. I'm going to keep it short. So if the quality is bad, it's not too painful or so long that it's painful to watch. I'll start here. This video is sponsored by Tact 24. Tact 24 Proactive Safety and Security is a new age private security company that aims to be a leader in next generation security services. They offer a range of services tailored to your personal and business needs, from securing valuable cargo in transit, business premise security, to personal protection for corporate interests and high-risk individuals. You can visit their website at www.tact24.com. I'm going to drop it in the description of this video once I've uploaded it as well. I'd just like to thank my brother at Tact24 for sponsoring this video, and I wish him nothing but the best of luck in his security company, helping us to create jobs. You know, the security industry creates jobs for a lot of people, and I'm thankful that he's taken on this very, very difficult industry, which is meant to protect us and protect other people out there. Earlier today, I posted a video around Ilobolo, around Intlawulo, which obviously always is a polarizing or are polarizing topics, especially because I speak from a perspective of saying I'm no longer black, I'm no longer Zulu, and I believe that more black people who were cultural are going to leave some of these cultural customs that are oppressing and impoverishing black people unnecessarily so. The principles have been lost, and black people find themselves following customs that they not only do not understand, but that demand money that they do not have. And I think it's absolute rubbish in 2022 that people are still holding on to nonsense. In that video, one of the comments was asking me my thoughts around Gwede Mantashe being booed at the COSATU National Congress. I hadn't really read up. I'd heard about the story, but I hadn't read up on the story. So I'm going to read an article for you now, and then I'm going to give my thoughts thereafter. The article is from the dailymaverick.co.za. The title is Gwede Mantashe heckled and sent packing at COSATU National Congress. This was written by Queenan Maswabi on the 27th of September 2022. Congress of South African Trade Unions, COSATU, members barred ANC chairperson Gwede Mantashe from speaking at their 14th National Congress on Monday. Monday was yesterday. Hamba Gwede, go Gwede, and Asina Mali, we have no money, were slogans chanted on Monday by delegates attending COSATU's conference who believe the ANC is full of empty promises. This led to ANC chairperson Gwede Mantashe having to exit the stage alongside ANC National Executive Committee, the NEC members Lindiwe Zulu and Mamuluku Kubai, without delivering his remarks. Conference delegates who heckled Mantashe, however, said that they were not particularly targeting Mantashe and that any ANC leader would have faced the same treatment. Mantashe was meant to deliver a message of support on behalf of the ANC at the COSATU conference, which was held at the Gallagher Convention Center in Midrand, Gauteng. Party leader President Cyril Ramaphosa was involved in another engagement in Soweto, where the ANC was commemorating the 86th birthday of the late struggle icon Winnie Madikizela Mandela. And I can only imagine that it was upsetting for them to also be like, why are you sending us Gwede and not President Cyril, especially in the tripartite alliance? It almost seems like they were a second thought or an afterthought, and Cyril would rather be somewhere else. Obviously, from Cyril's perspective, it was a strategic move, because if he was fully aware that there was a chance that he was going to get heckled as well and booed, it was going to be a good move for him to actually make sure that he's not present. Conference delegates were unapologetic about their stance and wanted the ANC to account for a number of issues. The first being the wage increase that the government has offered workers, which they believe is not sufficient because of the high cost of living. Last month, the government raised its wage offer to public servants from 2% to 3% during a mediation process aimed at breaking a deadlock in wage discussions. Among those considering the offer and taking it to their membership for a mandate are a number of COSATU affiliates. Wage demands by unions in the public service wage talks range from 4% to as much as 10%. It's actually, look, I'm deviating from the article. It's quite upsetting when you've got a government which works with the South African Reserve Bank, which deals with monetary policy, and with the Minister of Finance, when they see inflation, the price of goods going up at an insane rate, and yet in the space where they are meant to be paying inflation linked increases, they are saying they can't pay them. In effect, and I've said this before, inflation is what the rich and the powerful use to steal money from the poor or from the middle class. What am I saying? Let me try and simplify it. If the cost of goods goes up by 10%, that means the people that own the businesses, everything goes up by 10%. Food, fuel, which has gone up by more than 10% this year. Electricity, which I think has also gone up and I want it to go up even more. The basic needs that we have gone up by more than 10%. So the cost of living has gone up. Your salary, not a promotion, not a bonus, is meant to go up by a similar increase. If it doesn't go up by 10% and it goes up by, say, 5%, that extra 5% is how much more you need to spend with the little that you have, which means the rich are going to make more money by 10%, but you're going to have less spending power by 5%, which means you are poorer. If you had gotten an increase of 10%, it would have been the same. So if something was 10 Rand and it is now 11 Rand, and the increase in your salary went from 10,000 to 11,000, the cost of living for you is still equal. But if the cost of something went from 10 Rand to 11 Rand, and your salary only went up from 10,000 Rand to 10,500 Rand, you have less money to spend. And that money is in effect being stolen from you in front of your eyes without you realizing it, because you still have to do the same amount of labor. You still have to work as hard for less pay to be able to buy fewer things. Some delegates explained that raising their issues within union structures was a futile exercise, seeing that their president, Zingiswa Losi, is a close Ramaphosa ally. Very sad. So they basically say complaining to our president, who they're supposed to have voted for democratically, is like asking Cyril for help, which is them basically saying Cyril is not doing anything for us, similar to our president, within a supposedly democratic organization. After being booed, Mantashe was surrounded by security and refused to speak to the media until later in the evening. When he eventually decided to comment on the matter, he insisted that the embarrassment that he had faced was not an indication that COSATU is rejecting the ANC. Rejection is actually raising your issue with the ANC. If they were rejecting the ANC, they would, in fact, not invite us here. We were invited here. That is not rejection. If they want to disrupt the speed of the ANC, that's a different matter. It's a statement that they are making, and we must listen to that statement, he said. The tension in the alliance has been ongoing, with Ramaphosa having been heckled at the union's May Day event this year. Ramaphosa was unable to deliver his speech and had to leave the event. Some of you maybe saw those pictures. A lot of people, including myself, were very happy and excited. Let's see how much more of this article. There's a whole lot more. I'm not going to read the rest of it. I think that's important as a summary. Daily Maverick, as I said. The ANC, African National Congress, which has been the majority leading party since 1994, under Nelson Mandela, Thabo Mbeki, at some point we had a caretaker president, Kgalema Motlanthe, we had Jacob Zuma, and today we have Cyril Ramaphosa, was embarrassed, has been embarrassed at local government elections where they've lost the major metros. Johannesburg, for example, is run by the DA. Tshwane is run by the DA. Ekurhuleni, the East Rand in Gauteng, is run by the DA. I don't know if it's still the case, but Nelson Mandela Metropolitan, which is PE side, the DA has been running that area. Of course, after 1994, from then, the DA has been running the Western Cape. But big metros have been lost by the ANC. And one would assume, you would assume that after losing, you would humble yourself and be like, what are we doing wrong? What are we doing wrong? Why are people not going to elections? Why are people not voting for us? Why are we even losing black voters? And even potentially black political leaders. People like Amusi Maimane used to be in the ANC. People like Lindiwe Mazibuko was an ANC supporter. People like Herman Mashaba supported the ANC back in the day. So where did it go wrong? It seems in 2022, with 2 years till the national elections, the ANC still fundamentally refuses to humble itself and accept defeat. We lost. Let's go to the ground and speak to the people. People, what are we doing wrong? Number one, we're sorry. clearly there's something we're doing wrong, and that's why we've lost support from you. What are we doing wrong? The people have been complaining. You go to Twitter and you hear the complaints. You go to Facebook, you hear the complaints. You go to campaigns, you hear the complaints. Everywhere there are complaints, but the ANC, because they still run governments, is so arrogant that they refuse to listen to the people and to make a change. People have been saying for years, you guys are old. Can the old people step down? They refuse to step down. Cyril Ramaphosa will stand on a podium and greet everyone as if we support. We don't. Yes, but we get the votes. The reason the ANC gets votes is because people want grants, they want free schooling, and it's not because they support an arrogant ANC leadership. We may not like white people, as an example, but if white people run the best businesses, and that's where we can get our food, if white people can sell us cars, if white people can offer certain things, that's where you go. If you can afford medical aid, a Discovery, for example, you go and you get medical aid. It may be run by a white Jewish person, but you go there and go to private healthcare, a Mediclinic run by Johan Rupert. That does not mean you like Johan Rupert. That means you like the offering. In the same breath, if the ANC is saying, look, here are grants, here's free schooling, here's free healthcare, that's what people are voting for. But the leaders are so arrogant. Is this not a message from your alliance members? COSATU, the union members, Cyril Ramaphosa, they're now booing Gwede Mantashe. Is that not a time to reflect and introspect? And it seems like these old madalas and makokos absolutely refuse to listen. And what hurts me, what pains me the most, is that the majority of South Africans come 2024 may still vote for the ANC because in their eyes, in their heads, pen, what else can we do? Sivoteleni mntanami, ngicela ungitshele. Yona iDA ngathi ayisithandi, ngathi abelungu bazonda. Angeke ngivotele iAction ngoba Herman Mashaba babeka iDA nabelungu. Nayo Herman waxoshwa yiba belungu. Kodwa nangu sihamba nabelungu futhi. Angeke sivotele iEFF omali masibezwa kahle. Futhi ngathi bafuna ukuthi abantu baseZimbabwe nabaseMozambique bazongena la basithathele imisebenzi. Sivoteleni mntanami awusitshele. Can the EFF, can the DA, can Action SA, can the IFP, can the Patriotic Alliance guarantee the poor people, because we've gotten poor people accustomed to free things, the right to a grant and free electricity and with no responsibilities. They don't have to do anything but exist. Just by the fact that you have a South African ID, you are entitled to an RDP, to free healthcare, to free schooling, to a feeding scheme. Entitled. No responsibility. You're not even expected to vote. They don't check. Did you vote? Oh, okay. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Are you paying tax? It doesn't matter. That's where we are. And those people are going to vote for the ANC again. And the upper middle class, especially black people, are going to be angry again because they're going to have voted for the D and Action SA. And they assume that everyone, come on, black people can't be so dumb. Can they not see the potholes? Can they not see the cost of living? I mean, the ANC is not offering service delivery. Can the DA, Action SA, Patriotic Alliance, IFP, EFF, etc., can they go to the ground and aggressively market to the people? You will not lose your freebies. Put us in power, we will maintain those freebies, but we will begin shifting the nation so that you guys are not beggars. It cannot be that as a black person, you enjoy sitting in a queue the whole day and being burnt in the sun. That you sit in a clinic for 4 hours while your child is coughing hysterically. That the schooling system that is free, of course, but they're feeding your children brown porridge and almost expired brown bread. And that your children after studying have got no jobs. You cannot sit with dignity and pride and say, my beautiful nation. The people that are still enjoying South Africa are still people that were enjoying South Africa during apartheid. You go to the Western Cape and you see white people living large, jogging on the beach, there with their headphones, going to nice restaurants. Then you come to Johannesburg where white people, of course, but now there's the new black elite, the new black bourgeoisie sitting at Tasha's, sitting at nice restaurants at Hyde Park, at Nelson Mandela Square, enjoying a medium to well or a rare to medium steak. Oh, I can still see the meat, so juicy. Those people are living well because we've got an imbalance in this country. While they're living well, they're still complaining that they pay too much tax, they complain about load shedding, they complain about potholes. But they're voting for change, and the change, I don't even know if the DA, Action SA, the PA, IFP, I don't even know if they have a real plan for load shedding. What is their plan? I know Orania has a plan. They are executing it now in Orania. They've got solar panels. They are going off grid. What is the DA's plan? If they were given government tomorrow, how do they fix ESCOM? And are they going aggressively on platforms? You've got social media today. You've got the mainstream media platforms. DA, EFF every single day. If we were to run South Africa, this is what we would do at ESCOM. Can be something as brutal as saying we would switch off all the non-payers, including government buildings, including big companies. We saw it in Tshwane. If you're not paying, switch them off. Yeah, but we have a right to electricity. That's rubbish. You can't have a right to something that needs money, of which you don't have money. And the people that are supposed to be getting paid are not getting increases and they are struggling. You want a right at someone else's expense. That cannot be a right. It cannot be a right. And we need to get people out of this mindset, because that's the beggar mindset we have in this country. The ANC has given so many promises to the people that they know they can't deliver on. And they have the arrogance still to this day to go around making those false, empty promises. We will give you jobs. Cyril Ramaphosa still to this day is lying about jobs. Lying about fixing load shedding. It is so infuriating for people like myself. And yes, some of us, like Orania, like AfriForum, like Gayton McKenzie of the PA, we're trying to find alternative ways to live, because we realize that we do not have good leadership. And come 2024, I am not voting for the ANC. I don't care how good their campaign is in 2024 and 2023. They can throw everything in the kitchen sink. They can bring Beyonce, they can bring Jay-Z, they can maybe show us Patrice, they can build a great building. We can have electricity for the whole of 2024 up until elections. And they're like, we fixed load shedding, lying to the people so that you forget. They can come and play nice Amapiano songs, or get us dancing and sing. I am not going to vote for the ANC. What an arrogant party. What an arrogant leadership. What arrogant young people in the ANC that are hungry for tenders, but refuse to serve people on the ground. How arrogant can you be? Come on, man. Your own grandmother, you're an MP, but your own grandmother is in the dark. You're not in the dark, because we've heard that some of the MPs in the neighborhoods they're in, there's no load shedding. ESCOM knows how to switch off electricity for everyone, except in the ministers' spaces and other top politicians. There, the lights never go out. It is appalling. It is pathetic. We have got politicians who use private healthcare, who send their kids to private schools, who even during the hard lockdown, their kids were still carrying on with their education, while the kids of the institutions they meant to be overseeing couldn't study at all. Public schooling is dog shit. Public healthcare is a fucking farce. And those William kids have the goal to still want to be the president of this country and the president of the ANC. After all the scandals, digital vibes, the poor Indian lady was murdered for being a whistleblower, murdered. And here we are today in a gangster mafia state. Apartheid was horrible. It excluded the black majority. It couldn't get black people to appreciate and enjoy the economy and be seen as human. I am seen as somewhat of a human being today, thanks to the ANC, the PAC, the IFP, and other political parties that fought during the struggle. That was beautiful. The apartheid government didn't see us. What the apartheid government was good at was building infrastructure and maintaining infrastructure. It may have been for a small minority, but they did their work. Can the ANC government, can any other small government do their work? Can the people that work for these people, if you're a school teacher, can you do your job? Can you, as someone who works at Home Affairs, do your job and stop getting fat off amakwini and acha and cool drink where you work and just fucking serve us? This country is falling apart because each and every one of you are taking directive from Cyril, Didi Mabuza, the cabinet of ministers, the MP, and every other politician in being lazy and useless. You absolutely refuse to work. Booing these people is soft. In other countries, politicians get assassinated if they don't get jailed. Tina, here all we do is we vent on Twitter. We vent on social media like I'm venting now. Oh, nice little therapy session. Saw Penal getting angry. Oh, you're so right, Pen. You know, this government, oh, it makes me so angry. My blood boils. The real action is going to be up to each and every one of us, making sure that we hold the businesses accountable that we buy from. Are you guys, Stephen Sard at Aspen, are you still funding Cyril and the ANC? Are you guys, Adrian Gore at Discovery, still funding the ANC? Are the guys at Bidvest still funding Cyril and the ANC? Are you still funding maybe a DA that is not doing good work for the townships of the Western Cape? Are you funding the IFP and the ANC, which is killing each other in KwaZulu for titles and tenders? What are you doing, business people? What are you doing if you work? If you're a school teacher at a government school, are you doing your job? Or are you also aware of how horrible your service is? You'd rather send your child to the white school across the road in town, and you give a substandard service to the township kids who are studying for free. And you're like, oh, my kids would never study here. Because I know me, I'm a fucking shit asshole of a teacher. I'm dog shit. I'd rather send my child there to the good white and black and Indian teachers there. I'd never send my child here where I teach. I would never send my child here to this hospital where I'm the nurse, where I'm the doctor. It's appalling. But I'm meant to be giving a good service here, and I'm not. It's going to be up to us. What are we doing? Voting is not going to be enough. It's going to be where we spend our money. It's going to be which leader we follow. It's not about voting. Are you supporting Gayton McKenzie and asking your ward councillor and asking your mayor, why are you not being like Gayton McKenzie? Where's your mandate, mayor? What are you doing for us? I remember Nhlanhla Lux in Soweto was asking Mayor Mpho Phalatse of Johannesburg, come to Soweto and engage us. You're meant to be our mayor. Where are you? It can't be that we have to beg you when Gayton McKenzie is going out of his way to serve. Please serve. You've got a Twitter account. Show us what you're doing. You're not a king, queen, somewhere there, Queen Elizabeth being whatever. You're a servant that was placed there. And I hate the democracy that we have with a passion. I hate that you vote for a political party where in that political party, the richest people there buy votes from the delegates so they become presidents. I hate those delegates that love money so much that they're willing to sell out their soul and their morals to put a Cyril in power. I hate it so much. I want us to vote for servants. If Nhlanhla Lux is doing work, we want Nhlanhla Lux to serve us in Soweto. If Gayton McKenzie is doing work in the Central Karoo, we want to vote for him, not for the Patriotic Alliance, not for the DA. We don't want a coalition. We want Gayton McKenzie to lead us. If Duduzane Zuma is doing work in Durban, in that area, we want Duduzane Zuma to lead us. Fuck the ANC and fuck the DA and fuck the EFF. We want you to serve us because you're doing the work on the ground. Are you doing the work on the ground? Are you solving our problems? Are you making sure that we have power? There is leadership in Orania. No politics. No fucking which delegate paid for what. No, but you must understand the state of the economy. The people of Orania within South Africa are solving their problems. The schools under the hard lockdown, the private schools were solving problems. Let's get on WhatsApp and speak to the parents. Let's get on Zoom. Let the parents teach via Zoom. Let's send emails. You guys have cell phones. Can teachers go on a TikTok account and go on TikTok? Hi guys, welcome, it's teacher, whoever. Today we're going to be studying this. Solutions. Fucking solutions. Something that we've lost as a nation. And you're not going to get it from the ANC. I'm telling you that now. And if you're still waiting for the ANC, you're like religious people waiting for Jesus to come back. Your Jesus is not here. You're in the dark. Amadlozi, again, you're not here. You're in the dark. Your madlozis have never gotten you land back. Your madlozis are not there to give you jobs. You can slaughter 50 cows today. You can burn your purple till it fucking is coming out of your nostrils. That is not how you solve problems. You have to look within. What are you doing to fundamentally change your life? And which leaders are you following that are telling you to catch a fucking wake up? Stop looking out in the sky for a God and an ancestor and an ANC and look within and look in the mirror. Michael Jackson, the change will come when you look at the man in the mirror. What has Penal done today? How do I lose weight? By exercising. How do I fix the energy situation in my home? I go and I buy these energy light bulbs. I go and I get solar. I go and I get rechargeable lamps. I go and I buy a torch. I go and I get a gas stove. And I become my ANC, my DA. I become my God. I become my ancestor and I solve my problems. It is embarrassing how we have lost our brain cells as a people. Absolutely, absolutely embarrassing. How do you have pride in yourself knowing that, oh, the lights are out, oh, fucking ANC, now we're in the dark. The house next door is lit. What are they doing? They have the same ANC. What are they doing? Why do they have light? Because they have leadership in the home. Mom and dad can solve problems. They're not waiting for miracles. They get busy. They set up WhatsApp groups and they say, guys, how do we get going? The ANC's obviously fucked us. The DA may have fucked us. The AFF doesn't give a flying fuck except to remove the borders. Fuck them all. How do we solve our problems? Once we get those type of leaders and once we have a political system where we want that leader to serve us. We don't want that party where people are going to be bribed. We don't want that party to serve us. We want that leader because they're working. We want this ward councillor because they're working. Stop telling me it's a white person, it's a black person, it's an Indian. No, you must vote for your own people. Are my own people going to work? Because you want me to vote for that black person? That black person sends their kids to be taught by white teachers. That black person, when they're sick, goes to a white doctor. That Indian person, when they're in kak, they go and find a white lawyer. Don't fucking tell me to vote for my person if my person doesn't even believe in themselves. They'd rather outsource that to someone else. It's bullshit. Catch a fucking wake up. Just in closing, I thought I was going to keep this short. I want to send a shout out again to my mate, Mike Masemola of Tact 24 for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to sponsor my videos, please email me. I'm going to drop my email below as well. On my YouTube channel, this one, Penuel the Black Pen, you can join as a member so that you can fund me and the work that I'm doing, so that I can travel, meeting some of these politicians, telling them bullshit straight to their face. I don't mind telling them, you know, and some of the people that I've met, it's a Rob Harrisov, it's a Tutuzane Zuma, it's a Tlantla, I tell them, it may not be on camera because that may look like showboating, and I tell them straight, but this is fucked up. When will people fucking catch a wake up? Because this is part of the problem. If rich white people don't want to share it, don't want to be part of the solution, I promise you, you will be killed. People will come and murder you and take your shit. So please come to the party. You know, we don't want you guys to be killed. We don't want, let's try and solve problems together. But obviously we can't say come to the party and then say support the ANC when the ANC is fucking shitting the bed as well. That's bullshit. And we can't say, oh, we're now going to support the DA if the DA doesn't want to get on the ground and speak to the people and win the people over and explain to them, guys, you won't lose your social welfare. However, this social welfare can't last forever. As the DA, as the PA, as the EFF, we cannot be a beggar people forever. If you want to be great, you have to be the one that the world looks to for help. We must go on saying, oh, America needs aid. Shame. Let's help them out. China needs help. Let's send some of our doctors to go and help them. That's when you become a powerful nation. That's how South African rugby players are demanded all over the world. Because we are a World Cup winning nation of rugby players. No one wants our soccer players here because they're a bunch of losers. Umbalula, as much as I dislike him as a political leader, he was right. A bunch of losers. But the same ANC, the same ministers are a bunch of losers themselves. No other nation in the world would want them to serve on their cabinets. Never. That's why we worship people like Vladimir Putin. Oh, leadership. Come on, Putin. Come on. He's a leader. He's got a standpoint. He's got a fucking backbone. Unlike your president. He's not being wishy-washy. Cyril, Nelson Mandela, Thabo Mbeki was serving their friends. I go and I meet Harry Oppenheimer or Dr. Anton Rupert. These are my mates. There's no way I'm going to create policies that are going to take away the privileges of my mates. Other political leaders don't serve their mates. They serve the nation. They sit with Harry Oppenheimer. They sit with Nikki Oppenheimer, Anton Rupert, Johan Rupert. They sit with Yanni Mouton. They sit with Christo Visa. They sit with the Maponya family. They sit with the Gnene family. They sit with Patrice Mutsipe. They sit with Phuthuma Nhleko when they say, we need to serve this nation. It can't be that Rassie Erasmus is like, no, I'm only going to pick my friend's sons to play for the Springboks. We have to pick a Springbok team that is powerful and that will win cups. If it means I'm picking a Siya who doesn't come from privilege, whose parents are not part of the club, if I want to pick a Lucanio Amo or Magazole Mapimpi, whose dad was not an ex-Springbok, whose mom was not part of whatever, because they are the best, and that's how we'll win. That's what it takes to build an amazing country. Economically, that's what it takes politically. Meritocracy. And it means we dismantle this fucking bullshit political system we have. And if it means we need to scrap this constitution that the rest of the world worships, fuck the constitution. The people don't have the land. The people are not working the land. The people are not building a great economy. The people have become glorified beggars. And our politicians are enablers of rubbish. Mike Masemol at www.tact24.com, a safety and security company, from securing very valuable cargo in transit, business premise security to personal protection for corporate interests and high-risk individuals. Let's please support him. He's creating jobs. He's building a company. These are people that are trying to serve our nation, that are trying to do well. I'm going to drop the website link as well at the bottom of this video. I'm just going to read a few of the comments, not out loud, because YouTube doesn't keep comments in case I missed anything. What do I think of Mmusi Maimani's new political party, trustworthy or not? Asked by Ethan Stein. Ethan, if you can tell me what Mmusi Maimani is doing on the ground, I can support him. What is he doing on the ground besides supporting independence? Can you show me in this neighborhood, in this area, whether it's him or his team, Mmusi Maimani is doing that? He's closed holes in this area like Afrifura. Show me that Mmusi Maimani has helped this community set up a solar farm like Orania. Show me that Mmusi Maimani is helping the people of Tembisa the same way Nhlatlalax is doing. Then I can say, let's back Mmusi Maimani. We definitely need independence. We definitely need to challenge the political system, and we need electoral reform. But outside of that, I will not follow Mmusi Maimani until I know what work he is doing fundamentally. Even if it's making noise like this on social media, educating people politically every week, saying, guys, this is what needs to happen. I'm Mmusi. We need to change this. We need to shift that. I've spoken to a couple of people that are doing amazing work there. By all means, support Mmusi Maimani. But until then, stop it. Thank you for all the messages. I'm reading all of them. I'm sorry for not giving you guys a shout out, but I'd like to give a shout out to all of you that are on this live. Mashudu Tseisi. I like Penal's content, but I'm starting to believe he's paid. I don't know who would pay me, Mashudu. I am asking you to look within yourself to be the change. If someone has paid me to ask you to be your own solution, if someone has paid me to ask you to please vet all the political parties so we don't vote for bullshit, that tells you that I'm paid. It's sad for me. And what it tells me, and I'm sorry to put you on blast, Mashudu, because you're not the only person to say this, it tells me that you are narrow-minded. Only an idiotic person could listen to me get so angry and so passionate about our nation and say that I'm paid to come and fucking tell you to catch a fucking wake up and solve your own problems. I'm not asking you to vote ANC. I'm not asking you to vote DA. I'm not saying, oh, let's support white people. I'm telling you that your politicians are hypocrites. I'm telling you that people are not working. People are not serving. And I'm telling you to please support leaders that are working. Please support leaders that are working, and please work yourself. If that means I'm paid, if you believe I'm paid, please stay the fuck off my channel. Get as fucking far away from me as possible. Go follow whoever the fuck you believe in and that makes sense to you, and stay away from me. Because I have no time for people like you who talk shit about me when I'm trying to get you to catch a fucking wake up and fix this nation. You're telling me I'm paid, it upsets me. I don't need to be here. I can go and try and make tenders. I can join the ANC and start making money. I can go and be somewhere else doing something else. I could be here talking about bums. Let's talk about girls. Oh, did you see the latest gossip? But I'm here begging you guys, please, let's stop voting for bullshit. Let's stop supporting bullshit and let's get to work. The nation is falling to shit. There are people in the dark as I speak because of the failures. There's someone today who had an issue because their car hit a pothole. There's someone who had to wait 4 hours today at a public clinic. There are kids today that are unemployed. And you're telling me I'm paid. For fuck's sakes, man. For fuck's sakes, catch a wake up and don't come and comment bullshit on my lives. You don't have to agree with some of the things I say. I can respect that. But if you want to say something as ignorant as I'm paid for speaking truths that we can all see, we can all see it. It means you're narrow-minded, and I need people like that to stay the fuck away from me because it's triggering. It triggers me. It gets me very angry. It gets me very angry when people come and defend bullshit. It's the same as I speak about non-racialism. You want us to blindly support black people that fucking hate black people, that will do anything to move into white neighborhoods, send their kids to rich white private schools, use private healthcare that is majority white. You want me to support and defend that because it's black? Oh, let's support black. Fuck that, man. For fuck's sakes. Catch a wake up. It's triggering for people like me. There are so many poor people that are suffering in this nation because of narrow-minded thinking. And when people like myself are trying to extend a hand, trying to speak to you, trying to reason with your heart and your brain, you come and post such bullshit comments. It's very upsetting, and I want nothing to do with those people. Vote ANC, vote DA, vote EA, vote for whatever the fuck you want. Go to the rallies, get the t-shirts, eat the streetwise too. Keep supporting bullshit while this country burns. Some of us are going to build our own enclosed spaces when we don't want you guys anywhere fucking close to us. We'll get weapons and we'll gun you fucking down. And if the opportunity arises, we'll leave this country to fucking burn. And people like that can burn on their own. And we won't be there, we'll be gone. We'll be sellouts. We'll go be sellouts in Dubai or South Korea or in Canada somewhere. And you guys can stay with your bullshit supporting a Masim. Yes. Anyways, I'm sorry, man. I got really upset. Have a great evening. Have a great evening. If you're gonna get load shedding, I hope you'll start looking into solutions for energy. Where you work, please work harder. Yes, our tax is being abused. Yes, our bosses are exploiting us. I understand, but two wrongs don't make a right. At least if we on our side are putting in good work, we can tell these people where to fucking get off. And the day we have to eat the rich, the elite, the powerful that are either in government or are supporting and defending government, at least we'll know that we work hard. I saw, I think, Javi's name on Twitter before I was suspended. Someone was saying, you guys at Orania, we'd love for you guys to lead us, but unfortunately you're racist. If you could just fix the racism, we could support you white Afrikaners because we know you're good at what you do. Javi Sneeman said, we're not campaigning to anyone. Whether democratically or not, we're not pining for votes. We're trying to solve problems. We've moved away from boss cup and we realize some of our mistakes of the past. And I've heard other people, I think Karel Boshoff of Orania said something similar. We realized that outsourcing our labor to black people made us too dependent on black people for labor. And we've realized that we need to roll up our sleeves as white Afrikaners and get things done ourselves. And that's why even on the Orania flag, it's a picture of a young boy rolling his sleeve up. They believe in self-doing, doing for self. I know in North Korea, the grandfather of Kim Jong-un, Kim Il-sung, believed in juche, self-sustenance. Stephen Bantu Bigo of Black Consciousness believed in self-sustaining black communities as well. We need to do for self. That is where true dignity comes from. We used to say, amandla awethu. Our politicians have taken amandla and they've made it our, and they dominate us today, and they've made us a dependency state where, just like God, just like religion, we feel like if the ANC can't solve it, we're stuck. No. We've got great examples in this country of people that are solving their own problems in various ways. All you need to do is study how they're doing it, copy and paste, and do it for your own community. Get with your community, see if you guys can fundraise, see if you can build your own solar farm, see if you guys can build gas pipelines, and get going. See if you can build your own businesses, export and bring in foreign currency. See if you can avoid tax because our government abuses tax. See if you can donate to Gift of the Givers and other people that are doing good work and solve your own problems. That's how we're going to win. And get weapons, get guns. During the looting, a lot of people weren't waiting for the police. They realized that SAPS is useless. Peggy Kyle and these people are useless. They've got their own guns and they've trained their children. They can protect themselves, whether it's Indians in Phoenix or white people elsewhere, or even the taxi industry, which has got more vehicles than the SAPS, which has got more guns than the SAPS. They protect themselves. They don't wait. They can build their own army and fuck shit up tomorrow. You guys need to wake up. We're in trouble. We're sitting ducks. It's not as bad as Zimbabwe. It's not as bad as other African countries. It's not as bad as Eastern Europe, South America, and some parts of Asia. It's not bad. But we know that we deserve better because we are of smart mind. We've got parts of this country that are first world spaces. Sandton, Camps Bay, Clifton, Umhlanga. Those places are top notch. There's no reason why we can't turn South Africa as a whole into a Dubai. Nothing except competent political leadership, competent traditional leadership, the kings and the chiefs, competent religious leaders, the pastors and the whatevers, competent business leaders who are not greedy, who make sure they pay fair wages and they make sure the profits are reinvested into this nation and not sent offshore, and then competent workers and voters and followers and a hard-working population. That's how you build a powerful Springbok team. Everyone pulling their weight, everyone putting their shoulder in and tackling, everyone making sure they show up to practice and they lifting weights and they studying the greats in the world and they rock up on the day and they win the games no matter how hard it is. That's how you win. The coach is aligned to the captain, is aligned to the team, is aligned to the physio, is aligned to the spectators. That's how you win. That's how you build a winning nation, by doing stuff like that. Not saying, oh, but the white people, Siya Kolisi is funded, therefore they are winning. They are fucking winning while you're losing. Very sad. Anyways, have a great evening. I love you guys very much, man. I'm gonna go woosah, meditate, have a cup of tea, and then remember all the privileges that I have in my life that I'm eternally grateful for. Remember my beautiful children and the fact that I'm in good health, the fact that I have good friends who are very well off and who are good people and who are trying to do their bit for the nation. And I hope more people can catch a wake up and do their bit for the nation as well. Pin you all the black pen. See you guys tomorrow. Cheers.